We did it. We won the tariff war.
Yeah, dude, that was sick. But like, what does that actually mean for us?
So glad you asked. I'm gonna use colorful cups to explain the entire US-China tariff war to you, and let me know how you feel in the end, because this is gonna get heated. Each cup's 10%, red is China, orange is America, obviously. And if you don't like math, don't worry, I'm doing it, you're not. Follow the cups, you'll be fine. February 1st, Trump tariffs China 10%. February 4th, China adds 10% on coal, liquid natural gas, oil, farm machinery, because fuck John Deere in particular, I guess. February 10th, we had a universal 25% tariff to steel and aluminum, a lot of which we get from China. There's the 20 and shot glass for 5. Keep in mind, US citizens pay for this side. March 4th, US makes the baseline from China from 10% to 20%. China retaliates with a 10% tariff on farm goods. The US adds a 25% tariff to cars because we hate anything foreign. So since that's already 5, we're adding 5, I can remove it, add the 10. Now this is where it gets good. China adds a 34% tariff onto pretty much everything. It just so happens to be the exact amount of felonies Trump's been convicted of, and that took balls. So we'll have 4 ping pong balls represent the 4%. I'm not joking, that's literally what happened. Then on April 5th, US 10% universal tariffs come in, including China, so now we're here. 2 days later, Trump threatens a 50% plus a 34% tariff if China doesn't chill, daddy chill. China doesn't respond. 2 days later, Trump goes nuclear and adds an 84% tariff on top of the 30% tariff, plus the other auxiliary stuff. So let's add it. I ran out of orange cups. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80%. That'll be 4. US citizens pay for. China says ditto and goes for an 84% minimum, so we gotta add 50 more here. 50%. The same day, Trump raises this to 145% minimum, so we have to add another 40%. Ran out of cups again. So now we're at 145% tariff, plus the auxiliary stuff. Again on April 9th, Trump announced a 90-day pause on all of this. So what was it even for? 2 days later, China says, bitch, you started it, and makes the US minimum 125%. So we have to add another 50%. They look the same height. This one's wider. This one's still more. Nothing happens for like a month. Then on May 12th, the US and China come to an agreement. The US lowers their tariffs to 30%. Then China lowers theirs to 10%. Now some of you are probably thinking, well, 30% is more than 10%, so we won, until you realize we pay this on all of our electronics, furniture, clothes, shoes, from designer to discount. I've got water bottle Amazon orders, Temu, toys, sports gear, camera gear, cars, car parts, pretty much anything plastic. We pay 30% more for. And if your first thought is other countries pay the tariffs, no they don't. He lied to you. Google's free. And if your next thought is, well, this will encourage US manufacturing. Most factories take 5 to 10 years to build, and all this unpredictable chaos happened in about 3 months. And if the US actually want to bring back manufacturing, we would be subsidizing the building of all of these factories like we are with the CHIPS Act for semiconductors, which is about $53 billion over 4 years that Biden signed, that Trump is now trying to gut because Biden signed it. Oh, and Nike already said they're not going to make shoes in America. Does this make sense to you? No? Now you're getting it.